All right, let's talk about a bet, a really, really big one. We're talking about a 14 trillion won, that's over $10 billion wager, that is completely redrawing the map of the global AI landscape. This is the story of South Korea's absolutely audacious move to secure its place in the future. But to really get why this is such a massive deal, we have to take a step back and ask a more fundamental question. What do you think is the single most valuable resource in the 21st century? And no, the answer isn't what you might think. It's not oil, it's not gold. It's pure, raw computing power. The ability to process unbelievable amounts of information. That is the new currency of global power. And a brand new battlefield has been drawn. And right now, at the very top of this new world order, you've got two titans, the United States and China. They are locked in a fierce, high-stakes arms race for AI supremacy, building up their digital arsenals on a scale we've literally never seen before. So what's the weapon of choice in this new race? Well, it's the GPU, the graphics processing unit. Funny enough, these were originally designed to make your video games look amazing. But it turns out, their ability to handle thousands of simple tasks all at once makes them the absolute essential engine for training modern AI. Okay, I love this analogy for getting your head around it. Think of a CPU, that's the normal processor in your computer, as a brilliant professor. They can solve one super complex problem with intense focus. Now think of a GPU as an army of 10,000 students. You can't ask them to solve the complex problem, but you can give them 10,000 simple math problems, and they'll solve them all at the exact same time. That parallel power, that's the secret sauce for AI. And when it comes to making these all-important chips, it's not really a competition. There's one king, and its name is NVIDIA. They don't just lead the market, they are the market, controlling over 90% of it. In this global race, they are the sole kingmaker. You want to build serious AI? You gotta knock on their door. So with all that in mind, where did South Korea fit into this picture before their big move? Well, you can see here they had a respectable setup. About 65,000 GPUs. They were definitely in the game, but they weren't exactly playing in the big leagues with the US and China. And then, on a huge global stage at the 2025 APEC summit, everything changed. South Korea dropped a bombshell. They announced a deal that was an absolute game changer. They had locked in a staggering 260,000 of NVIDIA's newest, most powerful Blackwell GPUs. This was that 14 trillion won bet on their future. Okay, now look at the after picture. This is what's so incredible. With just that one move, their total AI infrastructure skyrockets by more than 460%. Boom. Just like that, they leapfrog a whole host of other countries and land squarely in the #3 spot, globally. A whole new top tier was just created. So where does all this new firepower go? Well, this isn't random. Oh no, this is a highly strategic, precision strike. The biggest piece of the pie goes to Naver, Korea's cloud giant, to build the country's own foundational AI models. The government gets a huge chunk to build out a national AI backbone. And the rest, and this is the really cool part, it gets injected straight into the industrial heart of the nation, Samsung, SK Group, and Hyundai, to supercharge everything. And you've got to pay attention to that industrial focus, because it's the key to their whole strategy. We're not just talking about making smarter chatbots here. The real goal is to conquer a new frontier called physical AI. This is AI that doesn't just live on a screen, it gets its hands dirty in the real world. It's AI that moves, builds, and senses through robots and smart factories. It's a perfect fit for a country that's already a manufacturing powerhouse, right? So what does this actually look like on the ground? Well, you've got Hyundai, which is now building what they call AI factories, using this new power to completely rethink how cars get made. Naver is crafting custom-built AI for Korea's huge legacy industries like shipbuilding. And the big telecom companies, they're designing the future 6G network from the ground up to be an AI network. But look, this move isn't just about cool tech and robots. It's much, much deeper than that. This is a massive economic intervention. At its very core, this whole investment is a direct answer to a huge national problem: slowing economic growth. Economists have a term for this: total factor productivity, or TFP. It's basically a report card for how innovative and efficient a country's economy is. And for South Korea, the grades, well, they haven't been looking great for a while.
So the plan is to kick off this incredible economic chain reaction. Step 1, pour in the GPU power to create a massive productivity boost, hopefully reversing that TFP decline. Step 2, that boost is projected to unlock up to a 12.6% increase in long-term GDP. And step 3, it sends a massive signal to the rest of the world that South Korea is the place to be, turning the country into a magnet for even more investment.
And here's the crazy part, it's already working. This deal acted as a powerful anchor investment. It's so big it pulls other investments in with it. And sure enough, right after the announcement, Amazon's AWS comes in and says they're investing another 7 trillion won. Then OpenAI follows, signing its first ever big partnership in Asia. The message was sent, and the world definitely listened. But this giant leap forward puts South Korea at a critical fork in the road. There are really two ways this could go. Path 1 is what they're hoping for, sovereign AI, where they use this boost as a bridge to building their own fully independent AI chip industry. But then there's path 2, dependence, where they get so locked into NVIDIA's hardware and software that they can't get out. They get all this amazing speed and power now, but the price might be long-term control. And that leaves us with the big lingering question, doesn't it? By buying the world's best AI engines, has South Korea built a launchpad to true technological independence? Or have they just bought themselves the world's fastest, most expensive high-tech treadmill? You know, running faster than ever, but still totally dependent on someone else to keep the power on. The race, for sure, is on.